Welcome to Streaming Deluxe. My name is Mr. Orange and today I talk about Trials of Mana. So this is my demo review video, and at the moment you can find on Steam a demo for Trials of Mana, so which has been called Seiken Densetsu 3 back at the days of the Super Nintendo, the Super Famicom, how it was called in Japan. So game was released only in Japan at this time, so now you could find later some translated modded versions, and now we get this awesome remake of Trials of Mana. So before I go a little bit more into detail, I have to say I definitely liked it. So time passed also a bit on me, so I was a big fan always of Secret of Mana. This was one of my favorite games back with the Super Nintendo, so when I was a little boy, so this was definitely one of my favorite games. But of course then you get older and then you find other games that you like more, for example like a Doom or Half-Life, or nowadays I like playing a lot of games like Call of Duty, Resident Evil, etc. So yes, it's a cute game, it's a classical cute game, let's put it like this, a typical JRPG. So that means a Japanese RPG games, so they're a little bit specific, so you cannot compare them to classical Western RPG games, which are mostly more dark, more realistic. So it's a typical manga anime look. So but to put this aside, so if you like this look, then this game is definitely something for you. If you're a fan of the old Secret of Mana, Seiken Densetsu's titles, then I can also just recommend this game because it's just fun. So I really enjoyed my demo time. I think I played it like almost around 2 hours, I think, and it's a pretty substantial demo. So only for the length of the demo, I have to say, absolute thumbs up. So the demo is really worth giving it a try, playing it. So you're definitely not going to be disappointed. So this is a game that I'm going to purchase. I think I will purchase it. Is it a game that I will purchase on day one? I'm not so 100% sure yet, since the price is like €50, $50 at the moment, a pre-purchase price. And before I forget it, the game comes out on the 24th of April. So this is actually, in 13 days, so less than 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, it's a game, if you like those JRPGs, then definitely that's a must purchase. If you like classical RPGs, you can give it a try. I mean, it's the gameplay is nice, the story is also kind of fun, and the story is actually good. The story is actually good for an action adventure game in this style. So is it comparable to a Zelda? No, it's not. So it doesn't have the smartness, the cleverness of the classical Zelda games. It's a bit more linear, a bit more orientated and also in grinding enemies. So you're not going to see it as in competition to a classical Zelda game. Alright, maybe also some background information for you on Trials of Mana, because I thought that might be useful. So that I recommend the demo, and I also recommend this game, and as I said, it's something that I'm going to buy. But let's have a look at the good old Trials of Mana. So you find also a lot of footage on this on YouTube. So I personally bought the Japanese version of Seiken Densetsu 3 some years ago. I think, it's like 15 years ago, I think I bought it. Just to have it. I spent so much money for it, but I always wanted to have it, so I finally bought it. But I was playing Seiken Densetsu 3 with an English translation on an emulator, and this was actually pretty satisfying, really cool game. Yeah, as you can see here now on the screen, so that's the gameplay, the fighting mechanics. So it's just fun. It's very well made, and I have to say the classical pixel art Super Famicom version, they translated it pretty cool to this 3D world. So yeah, Trials of Mana was then, the name is kind of new. So before it was always called Seiken Densetsu 3. So in '95, action role-playing game, at this time developed, published by Square. So today it's called Square Enix. So Square and Enix were merging, I think in the beginning of 2000, if I'm not wrong. So it was then the sequel to '93, Secret of Mana. So Secret of Mana is actually Seiken Densetsu 2 in the West, and then Seiken Densetsu 1 is known for the Game Boy as Mystic Quest. It's a bit complicated. I don't understand why they're always changing those names, but that's how they do it. And then you have a Seiken Densetsu Collections, which was recently released on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's also coming out on Steam, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And there you have Seiken Densetsu 3, titled then as Trials of Mana, and then there you can play the original one. So this Trials of Mana, the remake, of course, is then making a 3D version of it. The good old 16-bit top-down perspective games, they were really good. So this was really the masterpiece. Seiken Densetsu 3 was really the masterpiece. I never understood why they were not bringing it to Europe or to the US at this time. So we will maybe never find out, my friends. Yeah, development, it was designed, the series by Koichi Ishii. The game was directed by Hiromichi Tanaka and produced by Tetsushisa Tsuruzono. So sorry if I cannot pronounce it correctly, I don't speak Japanese. It got like from the Famitsu, who were the famous gaming magazine. It got 31 out of 40, which is actually really good. Then from jeuxvideo.com it got 70 out of 20. Nintendo Life gave it 9 points. Super Game Power 4.2. So those magazines, some of them do not really exist anymore. And I can absolutely say check out maybe also the original, especially then now in the collection and the Trials of Mana in the Seiken Densetsu collection, so check it out there. But of course, so check out here on the Steam store page Trials of Mana. It also comes on other platforms, of course. Then play the demo, because it's so cool. It's really cool. I really like it. So all the characters have their own story, and yeah, it's mostly that the mother kind of dies, so it's a bit sad. But yeah, just a spoiler for this. So. So what do we have? Pick your party, battle, character growth, the music. The music is great. So I mean, it's a typical Secret of Mana, Biddle Beam music. And the story, of course, I mean, story. It's about the goddess of Mana, the Mana tree. Everything comes to life, etc. So for the stabilization of the world. And then those different stories of the different characters, they are interwoven or woven, and they're overlapping. And if you meet, you choose one, you choose 3 characters, and then in the battle you can change between those 3 characters. They have some special abilities. One is more the knight, the other character has then the magic or healing magic, and all of these classical aspects. Yeah, so people are also, if I see on the Steam store page, if I look here in the discussion board, I see that a lot of people absolutely looking forward to it, and also a lot of people like the demo. So it didn't launch for some of them. That's sad, but for me it was kind of fine. So I didn't have any problems there. Okay, my friends, I would say I absolutely recommend checking out this demo. The characters are beautiful, cute, and the gameplay is classical Secret of Mana in a very nice remake. It's very, very nicely made. So I would say that you're missing something out if you don't try this demo. So I had a lot of fun, and not only because I'm a fan of it. So thank you very much for watching. See you the next time. Bye bye.